For 24 years, Saddam Hussein was omnipresent in the lives of the Iraqi people. Fueled by fear and blood, his authority was absolute. Power over law, life and death, even truth itself. Now the captured dictator sits in a 10 by 13-foot cell, awaiting trial and possible execution for war crimes and crimes against humanity. By any measure, the evidence of his guilt is overwhelming. Hundreds of mass graves, millions of documents, and the countless anguished memories of the Iraqi people.
The old lady that you just saw, that she has lost 18 members of her family.
Yet that evidence is scattered across a country that, for all intents and purposes, is still at war. For the past year, it's fallen to an American-led team of investigators to begin pulling the pieces together.
Do you remember this when it happened?
There's a difference between knowing the story, telling the story, and being able to prove the story in a court of law. And that's the hard part.
Our crew traveled to Iraq to document this process as it unfolded. The result is an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at an historic trial in the making. The difficult, dangerous work of building the case against Saddam.
Heroin, smack, or junk as it's known in the streets of New York, sells for as much as $90,000 a kilo. The highly addictive drug is smuggled in from Mexico and Colombia, but an increasing amount that's coming from Afghanistan, where American DEA agents are on the front line of the drug war. Here, the war on drugs and America's war on terror collide. In Afghanistan, the poppy trade is illegal, but opium production is soaring. The country is flooding the market with 92% of the world's illicit opium. These brightly colored flowers fuel a $3 billion a year industry here. It's the machine that drives Afghanistan's economy. But it's also destabilizing the government, filling the coffers of the Taliban, the very people who gave safe haven to Al-Qaeda. When government eradication forces step in, the Taliban often attack.
The Taliban? Oh, Taliban.
The eradication is taking fire. We are taking fire. How copy?
The United States is spending billions of dollars here.
Target is good to go.
DEA agents are training Afghan police to bust drug dealers.
Execute, execute, execute.
And the State Department is backing the eradication of poppy fields. But the problem keeps growing. Poppy production was up by 50% in 2006 alone.
It hasn't worked in 3 years. And in this last year, we've seen Taliban control spread so rapidly. That's a failed policy.
For 2.5 months, our team traveled throughout Afghanistan looking for answers. How did the drug problem slip beyond our control? And what are we doing to stop it?
A supertanker dumps millions of gallons of oil into Alaska's Prince William Sound. It's the worst oil spill in American history.
Once you've spilled oil, there's hell to pay.
Who's in charge?
There was an awful lot of finger pointing.
And who's to blame?
I'll live with that till the day I die.
The questions and answers. The story behind the Alaska oil spill. Next on The Final Report.